All right, so this is a battle report, ninth age battle report with undead. I'm not sure what they call it now, but my friend's undead and Ogre Cons is 2,500 points. And my friend just got back from playing at the Brawler Bash, and the rules that he played this past Brawler Bash were the rules for the last version, and this is the new version we're playing, 0.99, I believe they're calling it. So I decided to play with my ogres, and I decided to play with them because well, it's a new army for me, and I wanted to change it up a little bit. So here's what we got from left to right. We got scrappers, which I didn't know I wasn't supposed to have the scrappers if I had the Hell Fist, which gives you the marks. I had a saber tooth, also something that you're not supposed to have. A all rock, I think that's what you call it. A unit of about 6 man eaters with the mark of Zinch. 2 Tuskers over on the left, and yeah, there's the Tuskers. I decided to go with only 2 because you can just use them as like shaft. And over here on the right, I have bruisers, unit of 6 of those. Another saber beast, I'll call it saber beast for right now. Another unit of 2 Tuskers, no banners. They don't have any banners on them. Even though that has a banner on it, there's no banner on them. The mercenaries I have 6 mercenaries with the mark of change. Change. And they have dual pistols and poison and vanguard. I also have a unit of about 6 bulls, and that's where my general is at. He has some items on him that I'm probably going to take off because they're ineffectual. I think he has some type of moral fist or whatever. And there's the mercenaries moving up. Before the game starts, I decided to deploy my entire army first. My opponent is running a vampire on some type of flying beast, monstrous beast. He also has these things that are like Morghast. I'm going to use some terms from Warhammer for right now because I'm not really familiar with the new terms yet, and I don't want to confuse people. So bear with me, these up-and-coming videos. I'm still learning this game. This is a general on the flying creature, something like a Var. We're going to call it a Var Beast. How about that? We're going to call that a Var Beast, which used to be a Vargeist. And he has more of these flying armored dudes. I guess they're not flying, they actually hover. And another unit of 3 of those. A large unit of about, looks like almost 50 skeletons. Behind the skeletons is zombies, and next to the zombies are ghouls. Next to the skeletons are ghouls, and it looks like there's about 30 to 40 of them. So I get first turn. So I move forward as so. I want to move these mercenaries in range of his elite flyers over there. His and get a couple shots off. I'm not looking to do too many wounds, but I just need to soften that up now. So when they do hit my ogres, I won't have to work as hard. My magic phase, first spell I roll a miscast. 2 6s and a 1. I rolled 3 dice thinking, what's the chances of rolling a miscast with 3 dice? There you go. My sorcerer rolls, I believe he rolls a 6, or it might have been a 9, and he took 2 wounds. It was one where every sorcerer takes 2 wounds. I only have 1, and he has the blessing of fire. He also has the ruby ring, which he let the ruby ring go, but I wasn't able to wound anything over there. In the movement phase, I did join that shaman up to the unit. Not sure what they call it. I'm gonna call him shaman for right now. Comment, tell me what he actually is. Well, you don't have to do that. I have the book. I'm just doing this on the fly right now. All right, now move the saber tusk over on the left up forward because I want to try to get him in the way of those skeletons if at all possible. I really don't have a lot to do with him, and like I said, I wasn't supposed to have him because I have the Hell Fist. He's really, it was a mistake on my behalf. I should have read that more in depth. But yeah. So in his turn, he moves forwards over so slightly. He's he moves forward with his skeletons, and I think he actually moves backwards with his zombies back in the back. His flyer couldn't move because I did cast the miscast was I think it was flaming. It's one of the, it's a spell where if I cast it on him, if he moves, he takes D6 straight 4 hits. Well, he didn't want to take the hits, so he decided not to move his flyer on the right. If you see him, he's way back in the back, kind of tiny over there. And over here, not sure how I got a wound on one of the mercenaries because of the miscast. Okay. So he kind of holds back, reserving his units here. There's a dog up there growling and wanting to play. He only wants to play when I'm doing something. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of scared of the more guys, but at the same time, the Var beast. But at the same time, I'm really not scared. Whatever happens to them, that's what happens, you know. If he dies, he dies. Here's another look at the unit taking the 1 wound from the magic phase. Yeah, I mean, not really. Didn't really score that many wounds. I think I scored about a wound on the guy there. He moved his wizard, his vampire, over to the right, and I decided to go ahead and charge him in my turn again. I decided to go ahead and charge him with my guys and do some impact hits, and hopefully some impact hits might actually get through his ward save and armor. I believe that thing has armor and a ward save. And I move my Tuskers that far up to try to push the issue. I want his flyers to charge them, maybe overrun, so I can get my bruisers in there and mop up on them. The mercenaries are not really going to move forward anymore. They're in the spot I need them to be in to do some damage. I moved the Auroch up 1 inch just so he has to roll an 11 to get to me. So if he fails, I'll be able to countercharge with my Swift Stride with the Auroch. In close combat, he's able to kill one of my Tuskers. And then the Tusker actually rolls a 4 to stay. So that was awesome. He does charge the Tuskers over here on the right. And I'm like, okay, he charges the Tuskers on the right. If the Tuskers die, which they shouldn't get lucky like the other guy. And it shouldn't get lucky like the other guy. All right, his movement phase was kind of uneventful, but in his close combat phase, his match phase was very uneventful. I stopped everything, but in his close combat phase, he was able to charge the last Tusker and kill him. Over here, he killed one of my other Tuskers, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do any wounds to him, and I'm not expecting that unit to survive. I just needed that unit to open up the field a little bit so I can get some charges that I really want, and hopefully that the little dog saber thing flees, but he didn't. He actually stuck because my general was too close, and I was still able to charge the bruisers into his flyers, and the mercenaries were able to charge over here to his ghouls. After the Auroch charged in, he closed the door. Then the mercenaries charged in and hit him on the flank. So those ghouls should be gone. They should destroy that unit. And over here, I was able to double charge here. And this is one of the tactics that I remember Ogres being really good at, is the double charging. And this is an aspect that Chaos Warriors really struggle with, but Ogres do this very well. So there's my generals in there, and also a bunch of guys with strength 6 attacks. So that should be in the bag there. Over here, I was able to charge the scraplings, which should not be in the list, into the flank of his floater flying armored monstrosities. Yep, and they roll that unit of ghouls up in my turn, so that it went exactly as expected. Right now he's got skeletons and a zombie unit, and I want those because there's a character in the back, and I want to mop this side of the board up as quickly as possible so I can deal with what's coming from the left side. I don't think I was able to get any spells off. That many spells off. In fact, I don't think I got any spells off. He stopped him. So now it's going to be his turn. He has some decisions to make now. I mean, I'm very happy with these Ogre cons. So he charges in his skeletons. It's better to charge than to be charged by ogres. However, you are going to be flanked at least on one side, if not two sides, by the man-eaters. Well, the man-eaters. I need to stop that. The mercenaries. I don't think these skeletons are going to last very long. He did make this mistake, however, that he thought that the only hitting on fours with shielded guys still is in play now. Over here in close combat, he wasn't able to do any wounds to the flyers, so they face me. He was able to charge over here with his Var Beast. And over here, in close combat, he did very little. I think he did a wound, and he was kind of upset that he wasn't able to make it so that the ogres only hit on fours. We looked through the book, and they had changed that. No one gets the benefit of shield only hitting on fours. It's just straight up armor now. That it just gives you a bonus of armor. But with Ogre Bulls, we get a bonus of having +1. I forget what the Iron Fist does. I need to look it up right now. I need to look it up. I knew it last night. I don't know it now. But anyway, he was able to do 4 wounds over here with his Var Beast against the Allrock. Allrock's pretty tough. I didn't realize the thing was tough in 6, strength 7. So that was good. It's actually good that I actually brought that thing, because without it, I wouldn't be able to hold him up as long as possible, so I could do what I needed to do on the right side. So I guess the 250 points was actually useful. With the close combat over here on the right side, the skeletons were wasted, I believe, and his zombie unit way back in the back. They kind of sit there. No, wait, the skeletons are still there. I'm sorry. We haven't gone through that. I'm sorry. We haven't gone through that part yet. So I kill quite a few skeletons. I think I win by a couple. I didn't win by much. He attempts to charge the man-eaters. Attempts to charge the mercenaries, and the mercenaries shoot back with divine shots against his flyer, and poof, he's dead. So that went pretty well. He was not expecting that. And then in my turn, I charged in the mercenaries and into the skeletons to go ahead and free up my units over here. Okay, they charge in there to the flank. This should finish off the skeletons. The Allrock is still alive again. He only does 1 wound to it, so it only is sitting on 5 wounds out of 6. Anyway, something happened. Yeah. So then them after they kill the skeletons, I turn around to face the oncoming slaughter. By the way, I was mistaken about the flyer up at the top of the field. I thought he actually charged in and the man-eater shot him. That doesn't happen. I don't exactly know what that blank picture was all about, but he was able to charge my main bull unit with his other monstrous flyers. Yeah. I think I know. Yeah. That flyer was shot to pieces. That flyer was shot by the mercenaries. He just happens to have him on the table, but he is dead. So what you're actually seeing on the field is what's left. His general flies into the Auroch, and he finishes the Auroch off. Then he faces his Var beast and the general towards the mercenaries. His general doesn't have flight, and he kept on complaining that if he would have had flight, this would have been a different game. I don't think it would have been, really, to tell you the truth, because I only had one character in each unit, and what ended up happening was he would probably ended up getting challenged, and then once he kills the guy in the challenge, I'm going to be steadfast most of the time, and then we'll countercharge him with another unit. And so I think that's just it. It was better that he wasn't in close combat. It actually saved him points. But he kept trying to put attacks on my general. My general has a 2+4 ward save, so very difficult to kill. And the general's unit ends up killing off those flyers. And this is pretty much what's left on the board. No, it's not over yet. Turn 6, he charges in. The bottom of turn 6. This is the bottom of turn 6. He attempts to charge with his main character. He fails. And he charges his ghouls in. I think those are ghouls. No, those are not ghouls. Those are zombies. He charges zombies into the man-eaters. Well, no, man-eaters. I keep doing that. Stop it. Into the mercenaries. Hitting me on the flank. That's still 5 attacks coming off the flank because of the bracer pistol counts as extra hand weapons. So they're going to have 5 attacks coming off the side. So each coming off the side. So that's going to be 10 attacks going into the zombies. If he had a character in there, perhaps I would have been scared, because any extra wound that would have been pushed over would have probably helped him out here, because he had 3 ranks, a flank, and a charge. Unfortunately, we were right next to the general's unit, and the leadership is 9. We get the reroll. I actually rolled a 7, which would have been I actually rolled an 8, which would have been a failure. I rerolled and I got a 7, which was just enough to keep me on the field. If he had done 1 more wound, he would have actually broken that unit. He was highly upset how effective that unit is at 378 points, even to the point where he was like, maybe you got more points in the field. Like, no, they're just that effective, especially with that mark of change. So those guys end up killing the zombies up, leaving only the character behind. He attempts to charge with his general into the bulls. Did I just say bulls? Tribesmen. I never even played ogres before, and I'm messing up the names. See how brainwashed Games Workshop got us? So brainwashed. It's almost disgusting. He ended up finishing off one of the man-eaters, which the man-eater already had a wound on him. I think he did some type of screen in close combat, but that was what was left of his army. I ended up stomping out that character. Yeah, I had fun with these ogres. I probably will continue to play with ogres for a while. I hope you guys enjoy the battle report, even though the dog and the baby wanted to interrupt.